Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee. Listen, y'all, I'm a little early today because I thought I was late. So I'm like, oh snap. Then I realized what time it really was. And so I'm here and it's nothing we could do about it. We just gonna do what we gotta do today, which is good. It's all good. It really is because that gives me time to get through everything without rushing. So I'm happy about it. Plus I have a few announcements. But before we get into that, check this out.
What does getting it all done actually look like? A lot like this. Meet your new workspace. Oh, I'm not sharing the right screen, am I? Let's try this again. Meet your new workspace. Your whole team, right here. Let me just, sorry, Karen. All those projects on hold, just a click away from complete. Success is closer than you think. It's actually over there, right next to your Success Manager. It's built to expand as needed. The perfect freelancer for every project? Yes, please. Go ahead. You can use the F word as much as you want here. This is your selection of global freelance talent that never sleeps. All vetted for their excellence and their expertise. Love you, Kevin. Only thing left? Add your favorites to your list and share with your team. Okay, not all of them. Leave it to them to tackle all your business needs, leaving you free. Well, at least free to get more done. That's how fast they work.
Ready to transform your business?
Oh, that looks good. Love that. Approved. Oh, still sharing my screen.
Okay, I'm back again, y'all. I thought I was late, and I'm actually early. But the good thing again is that we could take our time, we can relax, we can, if they're respectful, you can drop a comment, you can join the conversation, drop a comment, or call in. The number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Again, the number is 443-850-4828. Again, 443-850-4828. Or you can ask me to drop the link. I decided that I'm no longer going to just put the link in the bio anymore because I have been having a lot of harassing. Okay. It's my sister. I've been getting a lot of harassing people coming in here, um, you know, doing naughty things that little boys shouldn't do on camera, especially when they know you're alive. But I've been getting it, so I'm no longer dropping the link automatically. I am gonna just say, ask me to drop the link, and I will. You feel me? And that way, I can kind of gauge who is and who is not. Um, Sorry, and there was something I wanted to add to the situation. Who is and who is not coming on here misbehaving. I will not tolerate that, nor do I have to. This is my platform, not yours. So we're gonna get into it tonight because I have a few things that I need to unleash upon us this evening. It's a very eventful night. So let's get to it. So let's start with Brittany Grenner. I hope I'm saying her name right. I feel like I'm saying her name right. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I hope I am. But Brittany Grenner is fighting back in her drug case in Russia, formally filing an appeal um, of her conviction in the foreign country days after she was sentenced to a 9 year sentence, or a 9 years behind bars there. It's not immediately known what the grounds of appeal are or when it will be heard in court. The move, though, was expected after Grenner was convicted and sentenced on August the 4th. The WNBA star admitted to having a hashish oil in her luggage at the Moscow airport, but she told the court she packed it inadvertently and had no intentions at all of breaking the law. Regardless of the appeal process, the U.S., which has called Grenner wrongfully detained, is continuing attempts to strike a prisoner swap deal with Russia in order to bring the 31-year-old home. I call on Russia to release her immediately so that she can be with her wife, loved ones, friends, and teammates, Biden said following her conviction earlier this month. My administration will continue to work tirelessly to pursue every possible avenue to bring Brittany and Paul Whalen home safely as possible. Grenner has been locked up in Russia since mid-February. Now, the name Paul Whalen, many don't know about his story because it was publicized, but it was not made as large as this particular case because he's just, well, he's a doctor, but he's also, a run of the mill. No, is he a doctor or he might be a professor? I'm not sure. One of the two. But he's a run of the mill American. So, like not many people know about his case, but I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks back when we talked about Brittany, which is he did have medicinal marijuana, and he took it with him to Russia. Um, and as he was coming into the country, they got him. They nabbed him. They was like, "Listen, we're not, you get locked up." And his sentence is way longer than hers. Um, so I find it interesting now, though, that finally they're stepping up and saying, like, "Well, we'll swap this one." Because I believe we have over here, some well, I'm not gonna call him a gentleman. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I just can't. A dude over here from Russia, who is a murderer. So I guess they're willing to exchange him for Brittany and Paul. Here's the thing, though. Think about it. Just, 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 just rock with me for a second while I break this down a little bit. Now, if you're Russia and you got people in jail for marijuana, um, for having marijuana, whatever. And then the country that one of you already have beef with, over this whole Ukraine thing and all that, um, that country has somebody from your country and he's a murderer. I don't really care about the murderer. I don't want him coming back to my country. Um, so I don't know. I think they got to do a little bit better than that because, like, really, like, why would I want to take a murderer back into my country? But you know how that goes. Um, I hope. I also have heard rumors that she has an opportunity to coach over there while she's there, and being detained. So it's almost like she'll have a job, I guess. Or I wonder, does that dwindle down her sentencing, like her sentence? Will like that take some time off? Like you know how here we have time off for good behavior. Will that take off some of her time? I'm not sure. But I hope that she comes home very, very soon. I feel like she deserves to come home. I do feel like that's a very harsh sentence for I mean, but again, all countries have their own customs and their own laws. And before, I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Before you go into these countries, make sure you know what the laws are, what you can and what you cannot do. Um, just to be safe, don't be taking no smoke over there. Like just you can go a little bit without smoking. If you're taking it because you have pain issues, you might need to find another way to cope just while you're there. With your with your pain. Um, because you got countries like I said, I'm sorry, things are going off over here, y'all. You got countries like Russia who don't allow you to, and you bringing it in the country. It's not like you got it in the country and you were taking it out. You brought it to the country. They're not playing over there. Like they're not. So just know what the laws are and know what you can and cannot do before you go over there. Like, find out. It's easy. It's I mean, it's the age of the internet. Like, you can find out anything you want to find out on the internet. I'm quite sure you can find out what you can and cannot do in certain countries. So that's that. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Be mindful. Do like be real mindful about what it is that you do. But I'm gonna play a quick commercial. I'll be right back. It's only a few seconds. It's not even as long as the first one. I'll be right back. You can just sit and deal for a second. I'll be right back. Told you it wasn't that long. I'll be right back. I mean, I'm just saying, we gotta pay these bills around here. Unless you want to donate, which I will be dropping the Cash App information a little bit on later on. But yeah, otherwise I gotta play these commercials, baby. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You gotta pay these bills. So it is what it is. So let's get to it. Trey Songs. Let's talk about him real quick. So Trey Song has an ally in his corner when it comes to claims of sexual. I say sexual. I can't even like. I know it's guidelines and stuff, but it's very hard to get through the story and then have to shorten stuff down. But to the assault claims against him, a woman testified that an attorney for songs alleged victim offered her up to $200,000 to change her story and make Trey the bad guy, a claim the attorney denies. Trey's in the middle of a, a lawsuit filed by a woman named Jahara Jeffries, who says that he violated her back in 2017 on on at a New Year's Eve party in Miami. A woman named Mariah Thalen testifies that she met with Jeffrey's attorney Ariel Mitchell in April of 2021 at a bar in Miami. The young lady says Mitchell smelled like weed. Oh my gosh, smelled like weed during the meeting. And was carrying a gun. They getting down in Florida. According to the transcript, the young lady who was with Jeffries the night that Trey Songz alleged assault um, says Mitchell offered to pay her between 100,000 to 200,000 if she lied and said she witnessed Trey assaulting Jeffries, um, and claimed that Trey assaulted her too. Mitchell allegedly said that she was trying to paint Trey as the next R. Kelly. Jeez, we're gonna talk about him tonight too, though. Thalen says Mitchell plans was to take her allegations to Trey's team in hopes of coming to a monetary settlement, and her lies would help to make the amount larger. Again, this is according to the transcript. The lawyer claim Thielen claims that she turned the offer down, saying that she wouldn't have lied for even $10 million, and reported the meeting to Trey's legal team a short time later. Mitchell denies the claims, where we're highly confident and certain the court will find the witness committed perjury. Parties are still awaiting the judge's further instruction on how to proceed, given that the witnesses inconsistent testimony during the hearing. So, y'all. Mitchell's partner George Varback, or Arback. I'm gonna say Arback because we just gonna assume that the V is silent. Um, withdrew from the case, stating that there was multiple grounds for withdrawal that existed under the Florida rules for professional conduct. But Mitchell says that's only because he will be representing me against the parties involved in the disgraceful motion brought by Trey Songz and his representatives. Interestingly, I can't even get that out. Interestingly enough, I can't even talk tonight. I don't know what's going on. Both Ariel and George withdrew from a case where they represented a woman who accused Chris Brown of, you know, bad things and sued for 20 million. Um, Both dropped out shortly after Chris posted a series of texts and voicemails from the woman, making it seem as if they were friendly. Ariel told she withdrew because she was not aware of these messages. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Um, Now I got two different standpoints on the situation. One is, they have to find evidence that this situation happened. One. Two, now we got this young lady coming forward saying that, they were, trying to manipulate the situation and get her to, lie or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there. Let me put this out real quick because this is a very important thing that I always have to say. I don't know. I wasn't there. Everything on this podcast is alleged. We definitely um take the stand to use the fair rights and usage. This is all for entertainment, but we don't know. We weren't there. Okay, so let me get back to it. Now, I've heard stories about Trey Songz. You feel me? I know we all have heard stories about Trey Songz. Um, and so I don't know. Again, I wouldn't know anyway. I wasn't there, but I've heard stories where, they were a little volatile and he was off the chain and there's certain things that he, liked and wanted to do and he had his tantrums when he couldn't have his way. I've heard those stories. That's not to say that this particular situation is a true fact. And I like to play devil's advocate. And let me tell you why. Because let's just all right, case in point. Let's just take this one scenario. It's a scenario, hypothetically speaking. It's not um the real story. We don't know. We weren't there. But hypothetically speaking, and let me know if you agree with this. Let's just say this young lady who's suing him right now for this case, let's just say she watched all those videos that I watched and some of you have probably watched as well. Um and built her story from that. Um, let's just say that's one scenario, right? Let's just say she did engage with Trey Songz. Let's just maybe it could have been consensual. You feel me? And then when she didn't feel like she was gonna get what she wanted out of the scenario, she was like, you know what? I'm going to take this story to a lawyer and I'm about to sue and get him in trouble, right? And then there's the third scenario. It really happened. And um now if it really happened, now you got this young lady over here saying that the attorney in the situation um tried to get her tried to bribe her into saying more than what really actually happened. Now the attorneys messed up everything for this young lady if it really happened. It's weird. Everything about the situation is weird. Like, it makes no sense. So we're gonna see where it goes, but I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of I like to look at things objectively and I like to look at things from different scopes because you just really never the fuck really know what the hell happened. We weren't there. We weren't a part of the situation. We don't know. But just that's just hypothetically speaking. There's three scenarios there. Now, which one is the real one? What really happened? Who knows? But like I said, I've seen videos with chicks talking about Trey Songz and how he gets down and how they. Then you had Rory that used to be on the Joe Buttons podcast, um, coming out with his claims of things that he knows and he's heard, he knows and he's heard through the grapevine. And, basically he said, if they ever made a documentary about Trey Songz, it would be worse than the R. Kelly one. I don't know how much worse you can get than that. Like I don't. But at the same time, the things that I heard about Mr. Trey Songz, yeah, it's a little bit worse. A little bit. A lot of it. But we don't know. As far as him and Chris Brown, it's always something in the news when it comes to women and, women saying that they've been assaulted by these dudes. I don't know. And let me say this too. There's another situation we should look at when it comes to this, or not necessarily a situation, but a suggestion. A suggestion. Ladies, when y'all go out here and y'all be chasing these celebrity dudes, you gotta know that they live a rock star life. And what I mean by living a rock star life is they feel like because they're famous, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And nobody's going to do anything about it. Now, here lately, they've been learning lessons because people been getting locked up left and right, left and right. But for a long time, nobody said anything about these situations. And this is not the first time that women have come forward about a gentleman of stardom and said that they did something to them. It's been going on for a long time. A really, 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 really long time. It's been happening. It's not the first time and it probably won't be the last time. It's just now times have changed and the scope is on everybody. Like they watching. They're watching. And especially men of color, they waiting for you to fuck up. And I'm gonna just be real. So you go out here and you commit this crime or you bring harm to somebody, they're waiting for you. You're who they're waiting for. They're not waiting for a Justin Bieber. They're not waiting for some other kind of white celebrity. They're waiting for your black ass. And I just want you to know it. They waiting for you. They waiting for you to fuck up. So they can then come through and then lock your black ass up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So just be mindful, y'all. Like when y'all go out here, so, and this goes to celebrities as well. When y'all go out here thinking it's fuck it, fuck the world. I could do what I want to do. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Be mindful. They're waiting for you, sir. And it's not gonna be. I don't care how much money you got. They want your ass in jail. You know, modern day slavery. So anyway, I want to get to this next story. This one we spoke about it before as well, but some updates have come along, and I feel like we really really need to touch on it again. And I'm gonna tell you why we need to touch on. There's a couple of takeaways from this situation as well. So let me get into it. Courtney Taylor. If you don't know who Courtney Taylor is, I'm about to tell you. So OnlyFans model Courtney Taylor should spend the rest of her days behind bars for killing her boyfriend Christian Illy at family feels. Um, Christian's family is happy Courtney has been recently charged with second degree murder because a conviction could result in a life sentence. The Bonzelli, I'm probably butchering that name, but no offense. Bonzelli family, their faith in the justice system was restored when Courtney was arrested this week and charged with Christian's passing. Courtney told cops she fatally hit up her boyfriend, Christian, with a knife back in April, but she insisted it was self defense. And it ended up taking about 4 months. Oh my gosh, my phone is going crazy. The games I be playing. The 4 months for her to be criminally charged. All along, Christian's family believes she killed him in cold blood. When the family found out Courtney was finally taken into custody, they were relieved and super emotional, dissolving into tears. The day after she was arrested, footage surfaced that appeared to show Courtney attacking Christian in an elevator just a few months before the fatal incident. The family's attorney says that he always assured them they would get justice, and now they want it served in the form of a life sentence. Courtney's attorney, Frank Perito, states although the state's attorney by law must consider the wishes of the next of kin, a criminal case, those who often have to give away more than a reasonable wait a minute, those wishes often have to give way to a more reasonable minds. Her lawyer also added, we while we understand the family is grieving over the loss of Christian, they want justice. Justice in this matter will be an acquittal for Courtney of all charges. I don't even know how. Now, let me talk about this footage right quick, really quick, really quick. Because well, no, really quick. We got time tonight because I was a little bit early. We got time. This footage surfaced, and I'm not gonna play it on my channel because I don't. I see no need. You can find it. You can go anywhere on social media and see it. I think the Shade Room has it. Neighborhood Talk has it. Um, uh, it's a lot of platforms that have it, blog sites that have it. And in this footage, you see her getting into the elevator, trying to hurry up and shut the door so he couldn't get in. He made it because the door wasn't shut fast enough, and then she begins beating on him. He tries to restrain her. He puts in a little headlock. She gets out of it. She starts pulling his hair, beating on him again. Finally, the elevator opens while she's still beating on him. He walks out and she chases behind him. This is what I saw. That would go along with the testimony of the friends that came out months ago and said she was always the aggressor. They saw her beat on him on a regular basis. So, a couple of people posed the question of this: what if that night that she took his life, he finally decided to take up for himself? He could have. And maybe that's why she went and got the knife and stabbed him. At the same time, she was doing a lot of crazy thing. Like she went on OnlyFans that same night. What else? Well, that same day she was on OnlyFans. Um, what else? Other craziness. After the situation happened, because she thought I'm a white girl, I'm gonna get away with it. She was spotted at a hotel having drinks with what I presume is her father. And a lady approached her and told her, you shouldn't even be out right now. You shouldn't be out here chilling. You took somebody's life. And it ran her off or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens to her. Now, there's this other side of the story, because a lot of people also feel some kind of way about that as well, which is his comments about black women that he made when he was like 17. Now, I'm gonna say this: at 17, you're dumb as fuck. You have no sense whatsoever. And in all fairness, he could have just said, I don't like black girls and left it. Like, he didn't even have to tweet what he tweeted. He tweeted it. And that's what makes it worse. It's like, all right, you don't like black girls. That's fine. Just don't like black girls. Um, it's a lot of black girls that don't like dating African men. That's fine. Everybody has their preference. But I think it was hard for people to accept it because he tweeted it, right? Again, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Nobody deserves to lose their lives nobody deserves to lose their life. Domestic violence is a serious thing, and I don't think people take it serious enough. Um, Probably because a lot of people don't experience domestic violence, but it's serious. Like, so it's sad that it went that far, but you can tell, like I said from this footage, that she was constantly beating on him. Like, this that wasn't the first time. And then I also heard that she had put him out of the apartment like 3 months earlier, and then he went back. So that's the other thing. Um, and then like people are like, well, why would he go back? Sometimes when you love people, you do dumb shit. Like go back to them after you done went through all of the chaos and the bullshit. Trust me, I know. I used to be that girl a long time ago, where I kept dealing with shit, and I kept dealing with this one particular person putting their hands on me. And this, let me just say this: that was the first time I had ever dealt with that. We don't know if that was the first time he ever dealt with that, but I left and I went back. I left and I went back until the last time where I thought I was gonna die. Then I didn't go back. I learned my lesson. He unfortunately didn't get a chance to learn his lesson because he was taken. Um, so yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this case as well, because this one is a lot. It was a whole lot. You know, sometimes there's some things that we deal with in this life that no one will ever know because they're not in the situation. And everybody gonna tell you what you should have did, what you could have did, but they don't know. Now let me say this one thing because I don't think I said it, but it's Media Monday. We are on the Gab beat. We are telling you what we are hearing in these streets. All right, I just wanted to put that up because I don't think I was, I don't think it was so much going on. I thought I was late. It was a lot going on. Quick commercial isn't gonna be that long. It's like 15 seconds. You could deal. I gotta pay the bills.
Want last minute brand design help? Get top tier Fiverr freelance creatives at your fingertips fast with secure payments and 24/7 support. Head to fiverr.com today and get something started.
Y'all act like these is the longest 15 seconds of your life. It is not. It's 15 seconds. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the first one I played was like a minute and 29 seconds. That's why I played that first versus the other ones. Listen, we gotta pay these bills. All right, so I want to get to our next subject of the evening on this Gab beat, which is Kanye West. I'm gonna talk about him. Got some things to talk about, Mr. West. So, the LA mission thinks Kanye West needs to turn his words into action, and the org is frustrated he hasn't followed through on his vow to help the homeless get jobs and housing. Kanye got all inspirational Friday posting this on IG. Look to the homeless as the biggest inspiration for all designs. It's unclear what he meant, but it resurfaces some of the promises the rapper made last year when he visited the mission and vowed to use his companies to help the homeless get jobs, education, and housing. Kanye, waxing philosophical, isn't moving the ball forward for the homeless crisis in LA. Kanye met with leaders of the org last November, where he laid out ambitious plans on how to tackle the city's biggest challenge, the homeless crises. The mission have attempted to contact Ye several times since the meeting to no avail. Kanye has done some good for the homeless, among other things. He donated 1,000 meals and spent time encouraging volunteers and LA residents to join in and help. He also held a Sunday service at the Union Rescue Mission on Skid Row back in 2019. The LA mission wants to work with Kanye because he's a huge star with a megaphone and could do a lot of good. Here's the thing, because I got some things I got to get to after this. some quick topics and one more story. I need to get that one out my system, and we got time. People say things all the time because it's a look, especially a celebrity. One thing that I like to tell people all the time is all publicity is good publicity. Whether it's good, I mean, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, it's messy, it's nasty, it's trifling. When you're a celebrity, any any publicity, I don't care if it's from a small platform, a huge platform, any publicity is good publicity. It's what I be trying to tell a lot of these up and coming musicians right now, who or like a up and coming author, or whatever your field is in the entertainment. Like, don't knock the small platforms because you think they're small. You have no clue where that platform could take you. You have no clue what their audience looks like yet. You turn your nose up at them like, oh, that little let's see, that little YouTube channel, or that little podcast. Yeah, but it's something you put in your press kit. Duh, duh. But people don't look at it like that. Like, the more interviews you get, the better, especially when you're out here trying to build your brand. But no, nobody wants to listen to me. But whatever. But when it comes down to things like this, Kanye said one thing, Kanye does another. First of all, it's Kanye we're talking about here. Um, he's not a saint, he's not an angel. It's Kanye. And he said a lot of things. And he probably had good intentions to make this situation happen. He probably still has intentions to make it happen, but you also gotta remember he is a musician. Not only is he a rapper, he's also a producer, which means he has to spend time working on his craft. So it's not going to be on your time. It's going to be on the time that he can dedicate himself to the scenario. With that being said, Kanye. Yeah, I'm getting on everybody. With that being said, Kanye, shut your mouth unless you really going to do it. It's a lot of homeless people in this world. Yes, and you can't help everybody, but you can help some. Shut your mouth unless you're really, really gonna do it. Because here's the problem. See what happened just now? They called you out. They called you bluff. They called you out because you, sir, said that you, sir, were gonna work with them and make some things happen. And guess what? It ain't happening, capping. So, yeah, stop capping. You know what I mean? Don't open your mouth unless you really have intention to do it. And if you do have intentions to do so, I'll also say this, Kanye. Let them know in advance. It might not be right now. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but I'm going to get to it. I'm a busy man. I got stores I'm trying to open up. I got kids. I had work. I got all kinds of projects happening right now. I might not get to it right when you want me to get to it, but I'm going to get to it. That's it. Like, that's a simple solution for everybody involved. You guys stop thinking that you're going to get more than what you're going to get, and or you're going to get it when you want to get it. The mission in LA. Kanye, don't say you're going to do stuff unless you're really going to do it. Because people looking forward to you doing stuff. You are a A-list celebrity. You do make all the headlines. I'm talking about you right now. So there's an expectation when it comes to you. So shut your mouth unless you really, really want to do it, or like you're really gonna do it. That's just that. Like, it's simple. It's a really simple solution to it. But let's keep it moving. We got things to talk about because I want to get to these quick topics too. But somebody who's in my quick topics. So I'm gonna start with this. No, I'm going to leave that right where it is, and I'm going to get to this story right here. So, we're going to talk about R. Kelly really quick. It's a lot going on. First of all, hold on, I got a couple of things that's going on with this gentleman. Well, he's not a gentleman either. I don't know why I keep calling these fools gentlemen. They're not gentlemen. Um, but whatever. So one is he's going he's back in court. He already went to court in Chicago. Now he's going to court in New York, right? He's asked them to make sure that anybody who is on the jury panel, keep this, has not seen the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. He feels like they'll be biased towards his case, which they probably will. I'm just saying, duh. But let me get to the rest of the story. So R. Kelly is set to stand trial again August the 15th, which is today. He was set to stand trial. This time for charges connected to child pornography and obstruction of justice stemming from his infamous 2008 trial in Chicago. The long awaited trial comes almost 2 months after a judge slammed the singer with a 30-year sentence in prison on charges of federal racketeering and trafficking in New York City or NYC. On Monday, one of the top accusers in the Chicago trial will finally take the stand to testify against him. Who is this accuser, you ask? Well, let's get to it. The 14-year-old minor who Kelly allegedly relieved himself on. She's not 14 now, but she was 14 in 2000. And she was young in 2008 when he went to trial. So who he relieved himself on during a shocking sex tape will give testimony about her relationship with the disgraced singer. According to Associated Press News, the woman, who is now in her 30s, told you she's not 14 anymore, will also address previous claims about whether she was bribed or threatened out of testifying years ago during the 2008 trial. At the time, the woman, who is identified in the court filings as Minor One, denied that she was the 14-year-old girl seen in the startling VHS video, and she never took the stand to testify. Kelly was later acquitted. So, the young lady, if you've seen the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, she at the time she was a junior. Well, she met him in the late 1990s when she was a minor in junior high school. The young woman was introduced to the I Believe I Can Fly hitmaker in his Chicago studio after her aunt, a professional singer, Sparkle, working with the star at the time, took her along for a visit. According to the court documents, after their encounter, Minor One and Kelly had, they did the daggone thing hundreds of times over the years at his Chicago home while the singer was on tour. The minor's parents allegedly confronted him about the tape when it surfaced in the early 2000s. According to the federal government filings, the singer allegedly told them, "You're with me or against me" at the time. The filing adds the minor's mother did not want to go up against Kelly's power, money, or influence by not following what he said. In addition, the minor four other victims are set to testify against him. That situation was a whole. I Let me just say this. At the time, I remember 2008. I remember, all the hoopla about it. He didn't go to court right away. I seen the tape before 2008 though, but I saw the tape because it happened before then. But it like that case was drawn out for so long before it actually went to actual trial, right? Now I remember when the tape came out, and I ain't gonna lie, somebody I know I don't know who it was, but somebody I knew had the tape, and they're like, "Yo, you're not gonna believe this," and they popped it in, and I saw little bits and pieces, and I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to watch this. Like, some fuck, I want to watch this for." Like, dude is really peeing on the girl. You feel me? So, um, yeah. And then we turned it off and commenced to whatever we were doing. But the point is this: from my understanding, the girl, um, her father, worked in the band with R. Kelly. I mean, he was his guitarist. I believe his bass guitarist. Um, and other members of her family also were working for R. Kelly. At the time that that trial was going on, they were off in Europe, and it's believed that R. Kelly paid for the trip for them to go to Europe, so they wouldn't be there to testify. Um, Her father has since passed, so I'm thinking maybe she like, all right, now I do it because my dad ain't here to be, subjected to perhaps going to prison himself. Um, I don't know what the case is. We're gonna hear what happens with this case a little when as it goes along. And we will talk about it because I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about. Again, um, I was explaining to somebody like, back in the 90s, back in the day period, but I was a teenager in the 90s, right? Um, and what I say about that, well, I was a preteen and a teenager in the 90s. And what I say about that is it was this that stigma wasn't really there. Like young girls dated older men all the time. I myself included was wrapped up in that shit. I never looked for, you know, well, no, I dated dudes my age, but it was like the more mature ones that was like I was really rocking with. And I'm gonna be real with you, the ones that had the cars and the cribs and all. I was into it. Like, okay, he grown. He's a grown ass man. Didn't know that back then they could be grown and still be way way immature. But you know, when you're young, you're dumb, and you don't really pay attention to those things. So we gonna see how the rest of this. Ah, shit, and I hope I ain't break it again. We gonna see how the rest of this trial plays out. This whole R. Kelly thing plays out. Oh no, man, he messing stuff up, y'all. We gonna see how it goes. All right, I got it. I fixed it. We gonna see how it goes and where it goes because we just don't know. But speaking of R. Kelly, his girlfriend Joyce Owens Savage writes a tell-all book and recently dropped a bombshell claiming in her upcoming memoir that she's pregnant by R. Kelly. You know how outlandish that has to sound. So you if you are pregnant, you saying you pregnant and then somebody else the daddy, because he's in prison, honey. And depending on the state, because some states don't even give conjugal visits anymore. You're not his wife, so how did you get pregnant? Which y'all was sneaking on a visit, and I don't even know how that happens anymore. Even because don't they got the glass in between you and all that stuff? So what? How? How? I need to know how that happened. Bunch of bullshit. But R. Kelly's people came out and spoke on his behalf. There is no truth to the reports that Joy is releasing a tell-all memoir, and she is currently not pregnant with R. Kelly's child. People are just insane. Carry on. That's what she had to say. Cause how, girl? Fuck, she can write the book. I'm interested to hear what she got to say. She could write the book, but how you pregnant, girl? Shut up. Anyway, let's get back to these quick topics. That's where we at right now with the quick topics, cause she out here lying a little ass off. All right. Kodak Black says that the Florida cops who arrested him for allegedly trafficking oxy are still holding on to his car and thousands of dollars in cash nearly a month later, and now he's out of patience and he wants it back. Um, Kodak, they ain't never, they've been taking people money and holding it and stealing it and all that stuff. And the one thing that I do find that a lot of times when I do get to see, celebrities getting locked up, most of them, some of them are good and they be like, "Oh, dude, we can't hold this." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, we put this in evidence," but they never really say that, you're gonna get all your shit back. Um, Welcome to the club. I know a lot of gents who've been arrested, got their money taken, and never received their money back. Why? Because I live in Baltimore, and that happens all the time here. I don't know what you're gonna do about it. What you gonna go up there? Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Kodak? So that's what I want to know. Anyway, where else? Where we at? Angelina Jolie moves her daughter into Spelman, which is dope. I'm glad that she's letting her stay, within her roots. It makes sense for her to go to, it's just, she's a celebrity daughter. It's Angelina Jolie, for goodness sakes, and Brad Pitt. Um, so a lot of times you would think that they would try to make them go to like a Ivy League institution or something like that. It's rare that you hear a scenario where they like, "Oh, go to a HBCU because you are black." So I like the idea that I did see some footage of her, stepping, with sororities and stuff like that. I thought it was cute. Okay. Bronson signs a deal with Warner Brothers TV group. Quinta, if y'all don't know who, let me see if I can do it right. The chick who be like, she used to be like, "He got money." She used to do that all the time on the internet. I'm so proud of her progress and where she's going at. I watched her progress, and I like to see people um go from one plateau to another. Like, it's extraordinary to me. Just like the dude Woody, he used to dance with Chris Brown, right? And then he went from there to now he's acting. Like, he played Bobby Brown in the New Edition movie. Docu series. Then he played Bobby Brown in Bobby Brown's docu series, and I believe he is on what is the name of that show? Raising Cane, Raising Cane. No, Power Book, Power Book. The one where Ghost son is going off to college and all that. He was in there too, right? So, yeah, I like to see people that I watched on the internet progress and do positive, dope ass shit. So keep doing your thing, boo. Missy Elliott to have a Virginia street named after her. About time, boo. Like, she been holding it down. She been holding her state down. Matter of fact, her city down, because she been holding it down. About time y'all gave her. Y'all gotta start giving people their roses and stop hating. Like, give it to them. All right. Let's go to this next one. Survey says educators are being told not to teach about racism in the classroom. Why? Why we can't learn about the monstrosity of what is in this country? I get it. Racism is not, you're not born a racist. You're taught to be a racist. So I guess in essence they're like, okay, well, if we don't talk about it, then they won't learn about it. Here's the problem. It's already here. It's been here forever. It's been in this country since people brought our people over here and made them slaves. It's been in this country, and I can only talk these my people, so I'm gonna talk about the ever since y'all tried to run my peoples off over because y'all wanted to take over their territory. I'm gonna talk about it. You feel me? It's been here since forever, and don't get it twisted, because unfortunately, they my people too. But I deal more with the racism because I'm an African American female. Because don't nobody, they look at my skin tone and would never think that I got Irish roots, or never think, even though that's dumb in this day and age, but they'll never think that I got um British roots or Welsh roots or French or Spanish roots. They will never think that because I have dark skin. That's because I got them that Nigerian and stuff, and I could go through the whole list. I'm gonna share that with y'all one day. But the point is, they don't see that because they just see the brown and they're like she's black, and that's just it. So they'll never see that. So racism is not like to not talk about it, then you're erasing our history because that's a big part of our history, a huge part of our history. I'm gonna dive into that one of these days too, but that's a huge part of our history. We've been dealing with racism since our people got here. We didn't ask to come here; they brought us here, and then when they brought us here, treated us like shit, made us work our asses off. It's a long list of things that they did, but the point is, racism is here. So if you take it out of schools, then I mean, you're taking a lot of our history away. So you're gonna take away Black History Month too, huh? Because that's part of that situation. That's what we had to overcome in order to do the things that we do. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Yeah. Former Louisville detective federally charged in Breonna Taylor's death expected to plead guilty. You might as well. Like, seriously, dude. Like, y'all gotta stop playing with us. You might as well. You might as the fuck well. Plead guilty because you killed that girl. And she did nothing. Not a thing. So, yeah, you might as well. And last but not least, Mariah Carey's Atlanta home reportedly burglarized while she was on vacation. Yeah, that's usually when they try to get you, Mariah, when you're not there. Thank God you weren't there and your children weren't there. I hope you know. I hope they catch them. I guess I don't know these rich people problems. I'm not a rich person, so like, I mean, no. Let me take that back because poor people homes get burglarized too. But they targeted that house because they knew it was a rich person house because it looked like a rich person house. So it is what it is. All right. I gotta get to showing some love really, really quick. I did good, even though I got to take my time with it today. I'm a little tight about that. And let me get we got a comment. Hold on. I was just going through. I don't sit this don't sit wait. What we say, Reese? This don't sit right. They already trying to change the term slavery into involuntary relocation. They're trying to erase it. They are, and that's what I'm saying. Like, to take the idea of trying to take racism out of the schools and not teach about it and all of that is bullshit. Because then you would have to take our history. You would totally have to take our history because that is what we dealt with. Like, you can't just decide when and what. Like, no, dude, y'all, man, you taking away our history. And if you take that away out of the story, then you're taking away our history. And I'll be damned. I'm still going to talk my shit and I'm still going to teach. They can come to this channel and learn some shit because I got some shit to teach them. But that's all you're trying to do is just erase our history. Slowly but surely, that's what they do. They try to erase our history. And so little shit like, yeah, not talking about racism. Not calling slavery involuntary relocation. No, nigga, it was slavery. That's what it was called. That's what y'all did. Y'all took us from our motherland and brought us here and made us slaves. It was slavery, not by another name. It was just slavery. And that goes for like, oh my gosh, y'all, they kill me. Like, it was slavery. You can't just make up when you want to call it slavery and when you don't want to call it slavery. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. I'm sorry. That shit annoys me. As a history buff, I know too much. My daughter will always know about our past and our ancestry because I'll be damned. I'm just trying to make sure I got everybody on this list before I start showing love. I'll be damned if she don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll be damned. Um, So you don't have to teach it, but it's people like myself out here that will teach it. So stop trying to taint our history and just let it rock and let it be what it was. And let us keep teaching our children because they need to know. Racism They need to know about that. There's a lot of racists out here. They don't need to be going out here all green and not knowing what the fuck is going on. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, I gotta show love now. I'm gonna start with the top countries, and I'm gonna work my way through. I'm starting with them. That doesn't mean I love any of you any less. It's just they come here the most, so I gotta show them love first. All right. The United States. I love you guys. Hi, babies. I love you. Thank you to my country. Even though you're trying to pull some bullshit over our eyes, but whatever. I love you. I love you anyway. I'm just not gonna stand for it. I'm gonna talk my shit and let y'all know that y'all some bullshit. France. I love you, France. Hi, France. I can't wait to get there one day. Germany. Can't wait to get there one day either. I got a event I gotta get to. India, I appreciate you. I love you, babies. Thank you so much. And the United Kingdom, yes. These are the top countries. That's why I showed them love first. They download the most, and I appreciate them very much. Brazil, I love you. Hi, babies. The Netherlands, I love you. Singapore, I love you. South Africa, I love you. Spain, I love you. Philippines, I love you. Belgium, I love you. Australia, I love you. Japan, Mexico, Ireland, Nepal, Barbados, Israel, Canada, and Hong Kong. I love each and every one of you, but I ain't done. I ain't done. Russia. Harsh laws over there, but I would never come there with the intention to smoke weed. I wouldn't. I just know better now. Um, Switzerland. Hi, babies. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And Turkey. I love you guys. And thank you for tuning in. And I think I covered everybody as far as countries go. But now I got to cover these top, top cities because they come through and they show love like they do. And they do. Oh, we got a new one on here too, y'all. Hold on. Let me get on there real quick. Got a new one. Um, Hold on. I gotta get here. Oh, oh yeah. It's a new city in Pennsylvania. Y'all, I see y'all. I see y'all. But anyway, let me get to it. Columbus, Ohio. I love you, babies. Thank you for tuning into this show. San Jose, California. I love you. I love you. Day one. So what I'm gonna do without you guys. Baltimore, Maryland. I love you. France. I love you. I'm not butchering the name of the city. Not tonight, Jack. Spring Valley, Nevada. I love you. Frankfurt. Hi, Germany. I love you. Washington, Virginia. I love you. Ashburn, Virginia. I love you. Shout out to the VA. North Las Vegas, Nevada, because it's different parts of Vegas and people be playing with them. I'm talking about the North. I love you. Norton Shores, Michigan, I love you. Chicago, big shout out to the Shy. I love you too. Boardman, Oregon, I love you. Atlanta, Georgia, I love you too. Las Vegas, Nevada, the other part, love you too, babies. Owens Mills, Maryland, down the street, love you. Pikesville, Maryland, up the street, love you too. Boulder City, Nevada, no, India. I won't butcher the name of your city either. I love you too much. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Philly. Hey, love you. Randallstown, Maryland. I love you. Did I say Atlanta, Georgia? Yeah. Big love to Atlanta. Um, Singapore. I love you, and I'm going to stop there. San Fran, I appreciate you for being here. Shout out to Dallas and Houston, Texas. I appreciate you. Big shout out to Connecticut. I see you, and I appreciate you for being here as well. Um, it's a lot of cities and states. I can't name them all because it's a lot of them, but I appreciate. Like I said, if you come here one time and check the show, I love you. I do. Even if you don't decide to, stay and, come back and check out other um podcast other episodes of this podcast. Just the mere fact that you were here once and came here and showed me some love that one time is enough for me, baby. I ain't greedy. But I appreciate y'all. The love is impeccable. I didn't know that I would be doing this. Because I didn't have a marketing track, and I'm getting back into that now. I'm just trying to wait for this recession to kind of like be over. This recession that they say we're not in, but we are in. I'm just waiting for that. But You know, I'm not marketing is my first love, so I'm never ever 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 gonna leave that. But I'm never gonna leave this podcast either. What we on time? Oh my gosh, we did so good. So let me get to the things I gotta say because we did good tonight. Even though I was a little bit early, but it's all good. It's all good. I don't mind being a little bit early. I don't like being a lot of late. That's the problem. So if you wait. One more thing I gotta say before I get to all of that. Listen, it's going down. Check this out.
Shorty super sexy. She says she flexing on her exes. God bless her. Got her ass big as Texas, and she knows she got it. And every nigga wanna have. She want the hood love. She wanna fuck. That's what she texts.
That's about to happen. King Knox is coming back on the show because he got stuff going on and we need to talk about it because I want to stay in the loop. I want to know everything that's going on. With anybody I ever interviewed in the past, I want you to come back on the show so you can give us an update so we can know what's going on. Those who haven't been on the show, though, because it's a lot of people who haven't been on the show, hit us up, though. Like, come through. Hit us up. Ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up or inbox me or DM me and tell me you want to come on the show. And I'll hook you up. I got you. I show love to everybody. We're on all streaming sites. Know that. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. The list is long. We on all of them, though. Check us out. You know what I mean? If you didn't get to check all this show, you can go back and check it out later. Everything on this podcast is alleged. We don't know. We weren't there. That's why we use the word alleged. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry. You can always come through, drop a comment, join the conversation, call in, text. We're here for it. Just hit us up. You know what I mean? The number scrolling at the bottom of the screen is 4434. I'm sorry. I can't even get this all out. The number is 443 850 4828. 443 850 4828. I'm sorry. It's a lot to say at the end of this show. I'm sorry. And if I play music, I got permission to play it. That's why I play it. I'm just saying that's the whole basis of the show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Every like and every share and every subscription is greatly appreciated. Make sure you go check out the website www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Again, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. We doing what we do. And if you would like to donate to the show, it's in the link is in the description. The link is in the Linktree link as well. But if you want to hit us up with a little donation to help the show, you know what I mean, and less commercials, then hit us up. $ Lord Lucidity. Again, $ Lord Lucidity. The link is in the description. Yeah, that's the only way we get rid of them. The commercials, y'all. I get some donations or something. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep playing commercials because we gotta pay these bills. That was a mouthful. I had a lot to say, but I had to get it out of here. All right, I'm looking at the time. It's really 10:30. I really got to get out of here. So let me just say this to you. Mind your fucking business. Come here on Mondays. I will tell you other people's business. I just ran through a whole bunch of people's business just now. Come here. I'll tell you the business. But as far as these streets is concerned, mind your fucking business. It's a dangerous world out there. I'm trying to keep you safe. Love your babies, hug your babies, encourage your babies, tell them how great and dope they are because they need that encouragement. It's a hard, rough, crazy ass world out here. You just heard everything I just read. They need us. They need us to be their constant, steady stability. So do that. And last but not least, stay in your fucking lane. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you don't want this. You don't want that. You would prefer her. She's much sweeter and nicer. But stay in your lane. Let me tell you why. When you get in other people's lanes, collisions happen. Nobody needs that in their life. You don't need that. They don't need that. Stay in your fucking lane. That's all I'm going to say about that. And with that being said, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thanks to all those that tuned in on this nice lovely Monday evening. I appreciate you so, so much. That's big love, big love. Thank you for nobody coming in here with no disrespectful stuff like showing their little naked bodies and stuff. That's not cute to me, and I don't really find it that attractive. Like I would never find that attractive in a man. And then on top of that, I'm good. I'm good. I I'm good. I got peoples. I don't need no extras. That's just what it is. With that being said, I'm about to get out of here. I love you though, and good night.